Hello my friends and welcome back to our planned Let's Play 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim for the PS5. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we continue Renya Gouto's story. He continues to seek the truth while on the UFO he discovered footage of an elderly version of himself.
Oh?
That's right, today we dive in to one of our last two unlocks. Let's do it. Hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Sunset, Gogyo Street, Shikishima 9th Building, 1985.
It would appear I can no longer rely on Shikishima.
Police records have been added to the block cloud. Shikishima has been added.
Miss Morimura, why did you have to die? Miss Morimura's death has left the Shikishima execs in disarray. Now they won't let me spearhead the Sentinel project, as if I'm just a child. I doubt my opinion will weigh much in their discussions going forward.
And we're looking at a timeline here. Yes, this is the beginning, basically, of his storyline. We just have him in, I believe it's Takatoshi left? I think so. Let's get in the taxi.
Ayame Park, please.
That's where we met Chihiro a few times, right? It's got a very determined walk here.
That was pretty quick, Goto-kun.
Yep, there she is.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
Hello, Chihiro.
I checked the corpse at the police station. It was yours, Miss Morimura. There's no doubt about it.
Is
He
that
knows.
so?
You don't seem too shocked about your death.
Well, it didn't exactly stop me. Here I am, safe and sound.
I suppose that's true.
So, what did the police say? So, what did the...
Oh, that's the same.
The cause of death was a gunshot to the abdominal area. No bullet was found in the body. Though it's easy to imagine why. The murder weapon was likely from beyond this time, beyond material bullets. Estimated time of death is approximately 1900 hours. You were witnessed running off somewhere with a short-haired student. According to a pedestrian's eyewitness account, anyway.
They found a witness. This era's police really did their due diligence.
Witness statement has been added.
An acquaintance of Miss Morimura. Described as a short-haired male in a student uniform. Most likely A. Sekigahara. There should have been that drone tracking her movement.
BJ.
So, anything helpful in its footage?
The timing couldn't have been worse. It looks like it was monitoring the government's movement at the time. So she wasn't even under surveillance.
I see.
Any thoughts as to our primary suspect?
Let's talk to her first.
Who do you think did it?
Well,
A. Sekigahara.
the witness statement matches the description of A. Sekigahara.
It did seem like something was wrong with A. Sekigahara's memories. I wouldn't be surprised if he was our murderer.
Though it raises the question of why he'd bother to lure her out. Surely a murderer's optimal scenario is to avoid being spotted at all.
Well, maybe it wasn't premeditated. He could have killed her by accident.
While he certainly is the type to brood over things, I can say he's not enough of an idiot to shoot someone on impulse.
Who else could it be?
You?
That man with that call sign? Some numerical name.
Logically speaking,
Numerical name?
he would naturally be another potential suspect.
Oh, right, okay. Okay. I was like, what is she talking about?
He did attempt to eradicate all the compatibles. He's a dangerous individual, and he's still at large. All that's left of 426 is his consciousness. I don't think I could reliably predict his behavior. He's desperate enough to do anything.
Who else?
Gotta
426
present her.
certainly isn't above killing. If Ida-san were here, I'm sure he'd declare 426 our primary suspect.
We know he killed at least 4 people. That's why I shot him dead in the end. If he resurrected himself as
Or
an
victim.
android, maybe that would give him a chance at revenge. As a motive, it sounds pretty clear-cut.
So you believe 426 is the most likely suspect?
Barring A. Sekigahara. Who else could it be?
426.
Or
Aside from Miss Morimura and Ida-san, 4 others came here for refuge 16 years ago. By the time I'd started assisting Miss Morimura's efforts, they'd already lost their physical bodies. Fortunately, we were able to use the data stored in Sector 0. This allowed us to meld their replicated consciousness with AI. As for how they lost their bodies in the first place, reportedly 426 is doing. He destroyed them all in one fell swoop. According to Ida-san's account, anyway. But if number 16 is to be believed, that's not what really happened. And Miss Morimura should be aware of that. Miss Morimura, I have one more question.
What is it?
Regarding 426, would you say you had any particular feelings toward him?
Feelings? Well, he was certainly a good friend. I felt like he really understood me. Well, used to, anyway. Where's this coming from?
That doesn't make sense. According to number 18, or should I say, Tamao-san.
mouse statement. A lot of, like, sleuthy things going on here.
I spoke with the pilot of Sentinel number 16. Back then, she gave Miss Morimura something nobody else would. The truth.
Number 16. 1 second.
I had a hunch about Miss Morimura's feelings, and my discussion with Tamao-san only confirmed my suspicions.
Ooh, so we can call both. Alright, let's start with number 16. And then we'll go with Tamao. We're gonna do all of them anyway. Number 16 statement?
Wait, what do you mean? Could you go over that again?
Our defensive maneuvers failed. So we decided to stick to the plan. We all headed to the gate to escape. But there was an explosion while we were shifting. From what I can tell, the Type 98 we were shifting in got attacked. But that's the last thing I remember. After that, nothing.
But that means... Is that how your data was damaged? It wasn't some plot by 426 after all? Just an explosion? We never did manage to completely reconstruct your data. I thought it was just that you didn't get converted in time, but... You were all dead before the shift even happened. Ida-kun, you said he killed the 4 of them. I know you did. You said he sabotaged them, killed them.
Given the chance, he certainly would have.
Would have.
You lied to me?
He already tried to kill us all in the past. You know he'd have tried again if we left him alive. Killing him was the right call.
No. That means...
Okay, let's view the other one.
I had a hunch.
Mouse statement. Flashbacks, like our high school, 1985. Oh, we're actually playing this one.
Gouto-kun,
Hey, Tamao.
I'm sorry for this. I know it's sudden. I need to talk to you.
Did something happen?
It's about Morimura-san. She's been transplanting 426's memories onto Juro-kun. I only just found out.
426? As in the escaped android?
No, not that one. She's using the memory data of the man himself. It was saved during the shift.
In other words, she's trying to use Juro to create another 426?
I did my best to talk her down. She's letting me handle Juro-kun's treatment now. Still, I don't think she's given up on this.
Why is she trying to bring back 426?
Well, I've been giving her some advice about it. And I understand where she's coming from, but... Morimura-san is in love with him.
With 426?
Maybe she always has been. That's why she wants him back as a human.
But she has to know the risks. He's a dangerous man.
True, but that's not exactly what she's remembering.
Yeah, I understand
Besides, she's the one who killed him. That guilt is still eating at her. Watch over Morimura-san. And try to keep her away from Juro-kun if you can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. I can barely take the idea of 1426, let alone 2.
So I was right. Miss Morimura did have feelings for someone.
Okay. The hero. 4 victims.
I'd like to revisit something you just mentioned. About 426 killing at least 4 individuals. Do you really not remember?
Remember what?
You've read my files, I presume? I gathered quite a lot of material in the past. Most of it is rather outdated, including Ida-san's statement concerning those victims. In other words, your answer is objectively incorrect.
Really? Well, can you blame me? Look at this body I'm stuck with. I'm bound to have some memories confused. If you have some comment on this form, then by all means.
No. That's not what I meant.
Tamao's statement.
When Juro Izumi lost his memories, you aimed to use him to revive 426. Make one a vessel for the other. One reason seems most likely. You harbored romantic feelings for him.
Me? With him? You're joking. That Chihiro Morimura was mind-hacked, remember? You said so yourself.
Memory manipulation.
My goodness, romantic feelings? For him? No, God no. Not my cup of
It's
tea.
just so bizarre, like, this part of the story, because we know that child Muramura killed older Muramura. We also know that she apparently loved him and she's trying to bring him back, and now she's trying to play it off like an innocent little child, which is very weird.
If you recall, I suggested that Miss Morimura was mind-hacked. That idea was based on a certain piece of evidence I found. One particular log.
What log?
If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know. 2 years before you were born, Ida-san extracted some information from 426 that in turn led to the discovery of the data log in question.
So why again does this matter?
You're about to find out.
Future log.
As for the log itself, it contains footage from the year 2188. It was found buried in the mainframe data during the analysis of 426. You seem very disturbed by me seeing that file. So much so, in fact, that you ended up deleting all of your logs. Would you mind telling me why you did that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, at the very least, its contents suggested a connection to 426. Or even that he had been manipulating Miss Morimura. The log contained a very interesting report. Apparently, Jiro Izumi downloaded memories onto Chihiro Morimura's clone.
426 was the one who overwrote my memories? So what does that mean? What are you trying to say? Your Morimura and I are both 426?
Recall. Your Muramura and I are both 426. Flashback, transmission log to Renya Gouto, 2188.
Don't know why I'm recording this. Nobody's going to hear it. Still, might as well. Not like I have anywhere else to share this. I was in the middle of a routine bug regression test, and I noticed part of the final phase had been altered. The change was made in Chihiro Morimura's host. The setting change looks like it'll trigger a memory overwrite. I don't know anything about the memory's contents, but it says the modifying user was Jiro Izumi. Because someone thought it'd be a great idea to give that guy senior admin ID. And at this point, what the hell can we do about it? At least now I have proof. You're all hypocrites anyway. Yes, including you, jackass. So who even cares anymore?
Wow.
None of this matters. We're all dead anyway.
The log inconveniently revealed one of your secrets. One you were desperate to keep me away from. So you deleted it. That's my theory, anyway.
Compatibility.
Remember where this all began? It was the compatibility experiment. The one that produced you. Based off Miss Morimura's footage and your own admissions, I've completely misjudged the situation. All this time, I believed you were her. But even from the very beginning, you've been your own person.
So, what are you saying? I'm not Chihiro Morimura?
What? What?
If I'm not a duplicate of Chihiro Morimura, then who exactly do you think I am?
You're Chihiro Morimura.
Well, there you have it.
No,
No.
not Miss Morimura, the teacher.
The one from the other loop.
Professor Chihiro Morimura. The one from the year 2188.
Oh my god.
And the central figure of Shikishima's interstellar development project.
What? Oh, what? How did that happen? Alright, my mind just got blown. I did not see that coming. Renya Gouto and Chihiro Morimoto exchanged words at Ayami Park. Based on the logs he found, Gouto deduced that she's actually Professor Chihiro Morimoto. I totally, man, that one should have expected that. Don't know why I didn't. This game surprises you. What happened?
Aegis activation confirmed. The terminal is completely sealed off.
We did it.
They've changed targets. The next terminal is just over there.
They're already on the move.
Can't even let us catch our breath, huh?
I haven't hit my operating limit yet, but I'm going to dismount.
Whoa, hey, then who's taking point?
Pull it together. We don't need orders to kick some ass.
Yuki is powering up. I like a little boom that happens in the background. It's the small things that make me happy.
You can relax, kids. I'm back in the fight.
I won't be long. It's up to you.
Fine then. Let's roll, Yuki-chan.
Chihiro-san.
After the Aegis activation. It works in a very weird way though. It's like very
Chihiro-san.
deterministic almost. Or determined, I should say.
Look at that sunset.
I don't know if deterministic's the right word.
Just like it was back then. It's beautiful. I'm guessing you were monitoring me with a drone?
I have one locked on to you, yes. Their target's changed. They're coming back this way. It's dangerous here. We need to get you to safety.
Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. How about you mind your own business?
Jeez.
You already know how I feel. This is what I wanted.
Still.
More importantly, can you really afford to waste your time here? Or have you already given up? The invasion is still in its preliminary phase.
I've got time. First, I need to get you somewhere safe.
There are no safe places left. At least, none left for us. We're not safe anywhere. But you know that well enough. You're just losing precious time. Go focus on the job you're supposed to be doing.
Understood. I'll go. You'll find it safer towards the river. If, hypothetically, you wanted to know.
Alright, well let's get out of here.
Wait. As long as we're both here, there's something I want to clear up.
What's that?
So, tell me. You were in love with Miss Morimura, weren't you? You said she was mind-hacked. But it was more about you being jealous, wasn't it?
That's hardly...
This may be our last chance to talk. Answer me.
You are correct.
Aww.
Is that what you wanted to hear? That I was driven by some cheap, naive impulse? That I can't think about anything else?
And that's why you brought back my memory too, isn't it? You never cared how you managed to do it. You just wanted her back.
So much.
I'm glad. You really were a slave to your desires. That's the Renya Gouto I remember. It means I don't have to like you after all. Thank you. I think that's all I wanted to hear.
Professor,
You should go. After all, we still have our bet. Although it looks like I'm about to win it.
Activate Sentinel. Let's do it. Oh, he's got a really cool activation there. But this activate Sentinel came way before the 100%. Miwako!
What's wrong? Did you get separated from your mommy? Could you leave me alone?
Jeez.
It's dangerous out here. Just come with me, okay? Will you just... What are you...
Uh-oh. Oh, look at Miwako! Oh, it's such a pure heart.
Don't worry. If you can't find your mommy, I can help you look. We just have to run away right now, okay? Oh, there you are, Miwako. Sami-chan! I'm so glad you're okay.
Why isn't she in her Sentinel?
Jeez, you're so reckless. You shouldn't have come this way.
Kisaragi, that girl is...
I know already. I'll get back to the battle once Miwako's safe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is someone else here? Of course not. Never mind. The evacuation route's that way. Can I bring her too? Hey! That's fine, just hurry up.
Alright, 42% now. I think I'm gonna go one more, and then we're gonna do some battles. I don't have a lot of time today. And, yeah. The battle has begun. Renya Gouto worried for Chihiro, but she ignored his warnings. Once she confirmed the feelings he had towards Morimura, she joined Miwako Sorotari and Tomi Kisaragi and evacuate. Flashback, the riverbed, 1985.
Strength. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so... nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find, regardless of time period.
Yes, but... this must be... well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So? Where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes.
He was dead, right?
Let's go.
Was he gonna give her a piggyback ride? Aw, that's adorable.
Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You were Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense? Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? how would that make sense?
Let's see. Compatibility.
Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Port log?
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us.
What's new?
The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own ID.
Go to the log. Oh, let's talk to her first.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide. The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Gouto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around.
What?
In other words, I myself am a clone of him.
Oh. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones? Huh?
Yeah, I understand that.
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Takamiya's log. Consider. Recall. Professor Takamiya, transmission log.
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes? The simulations look good. Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through. They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone. Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube. The infrastructural storage cell, right? The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. And if it can't be repaired, well... fine, 1 probe down. We've got thousands more. And our passengers? I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them. These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders. By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test.
much, I guess.
I don't know where...
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible. Though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan.
I think she succeeded too.
Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close?
Doesn't it just kind of look like
You do
Byakuya
have a genius mind, but also the form of a child.
there? The way he's
I
like
imagine
thinking.
it's harder than usual
Maybe
to
it's just
hide
been
your
way too long
agitation.
since I played Danganronpa.
It's absolutely not... Now you're just trying to trick me?
I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188. So, any theories? Who was he in the year 2188? Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son. But not her child by personal, conventional birth. The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control. No comment at this time? Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it.
She's getting nervous. Look at her rub the rabbit.
The professor was faced with the truth.
Kinda
He
adorable.
was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log. So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura.
Gotcha. Wow, this game is nuts.
Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really.
Flashback. UFO mainframe.
That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works.
It looks different in this lighting.
Did it go through?
Only one way to find out. Why don't we leave the laptop on the floor? Why don't you get like a table or something?
Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs.
is she on the floor?
Maybe if I check Miss Morimura's logs,
Oh, because she
I
shares.
might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers.
Yeah, that's why.
It really is her ID.
Yori Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful. She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is. Because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
I knew Renya Gouto of Shikishima pretty well. You and he are very different. Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
I'm just waiting for her to pull out a gun and just start shooting Renya. Alright, 57% complete. And obviously we can unlock it because we have fought past third area wave 5. Renya Gouto keeps uncovering the truths that Chihiro prefers to keep hidden. He then speculated that Chihiro is trying to eliminate them all. Jiro Izumi, 2188. The overarching plan was altered so that Chihiro Morimura's host would undergo a memory override during the final process of Project Arc. Tetsuya Ida discovers this deviation along with the fact that Izumi is the one who authorized the change. Chihiro Morimura, there's, oh my god. When Keita Miura asks her why they didn't create a residential district of the 2180s, Morimura explains that her decision was to start over from a time before the world took a terrible turn. She also notes that they couldn't come to an agreement as to how far they could go back, so they ultimately settled on preparing residential districts by era. A former executive of Newman Incorporated and leading figure in nanotech research, she has a research lab in Sector 4, which is a colony that's still under construction. In order to raise funds, 2188 Morimura sold nanomachine technology on the black market, which led to the infection on the surface and the end of humanity. Upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project Arc, it became clear that Tsukasa Okino is Morimura's child. Although it wasn't through provincial birth, Morimura still feels a maternal connection to him. Renya Gouto. Gouto secretly had feelings for Miss Morimura. However, after seeing the 2188 communications log between that era's Tetsuya Ida and Gouto, he suspects that Morimura's memories were overwritten by 426. In addition, Morimura's sudden change of behavior has raised his suspicions further. In order to view Miss Morimura's logs, Gouto used Iori Fuyusaka, who was unconscious from the shock of seeing Sentinel in the 2065 ruins. He brought her to the UFO mainframe and used her biometric ID. After seeing Morimura's logs in the mainframe, Gouto visited the Prabe House 1945 to abduct Morimura's clone, Chihiro, and restore original memories. Upon realizing the distinct discrepancy between Miss Morimura and Chihiro's memories, Gouto considers the possibility that Chihiro isn't simply a clone of Morimura. After researching the logs of 2188's Morimura, he theorized that Chihiro's true identity is instead Professor Chihiro Morimura for 2188. Kitaro. When the Kaiju appeared in 1985, Miura takes back and activates Sentinel number 19 with the help of Hijiyama. At that moment, he decides that he will protect everyone he holds dear, even if it costs him his life. Keitaro Miura, 2188. He's the architect of the sectors, the virtual residential districts. He calls them sectors since they're structured like the 5 space colonies. He's always wanted to live in an era before the war. Tell me, Although Tetsuya Ida was authorized to use Sentinel number 16, Tsukasa Okino was able to help transfer authorization over to Kisaragi, as he is the one who created the Sentinels. He also woke up Miyuki Inaba, who was shut up by Ida. The idol Miyuka Inaba, who is also in the control system for Sentinel number 16, gone missing after the Sentinel infection incident, is the other Tomi Kisaragi. Inaba's song sounds just like the song Kisaragi used to sing in middle school, but rearranged for the 80s tune. Kisaragi's username at the time was also Inaba. Tomi 2188. The 2188 Tomi Kisaragi was a terraforming researcher who designed the second phase of the Interstellar Development Project. According to Kisaragi's report on February 8, 2188, the simulation for the 25th terraforming attempt revealed that it took 1,800 years for a Type 57b planet to reach a habitable state for humanity. Furthermore, at Professor Moromora's suggestion, the command ship was updated to monitor the final phase, the surface facilities. The objective was for the command ship to determine whether the final phase needs to be done before any harm could be done to the facilities. Yuki. When the Kaiju appear in 1985, she declares to the team that they can relax now, that she's taken the field and activates Sentinel number 21. You got Takamiya 2188. The 2188 Professor Takamiya studies self-replicating probes. Tsukasa Okino 2188. Upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project Arc, it becomes clear that he is Chihiro Moromora's child. Chihiro. For the compatibility experiment, Moromora believes she had transplanted her own memories previously saved to Sector 0 over to her clone, Chihiro. However, the memories that she transplanted from Sector 0 actually belonged to Professor Chihiro Moromora from 2188. Miss Moromora has been in love with Juro Izumi since she has been young. BJ's true identity is Kitara Miura from the past world. Miwako. Sawatari has no recollection of the time she got left behind in the 2025 ruins. Miyuki Inaba. During the Sentinel infection incident in 2064, Inaba was piloting Sentinel number 16 when it was shifted up to the orbiting command ship. Back when the final line of defense failed one loop ago, Kisaragi and the others tried to shift before the world got reset. Unfortunately, due to an explosion, the data was damaged and couldn't be fully reconstructed, preventing them from making it to the next world. There are 5 possible shift destinations: Sector 1, 2100, Sector 2, 2060, Sector 3, 2020, Sector 4, 1980s, and Sector 5, 1940s. A stun gun manufactured in 2100, its power can be adjusted to 10 levels. Level 1 only inflicts sharp pain, but level 10 can kill an elephant one shot. Yeesh. It uses a bio-authentication system that prevents anyone other than a registered user from being able to fire it. The gun that Ace Sekigahara uses was given to him by the Tomi Kisaragi android, along with some medicine when they escaped the underground Shikishima Tech Lab in 2104 after the Sentinel infection incident. Time travel. In reality, they aren't traveling to the past or future, but between each sector. Yeah, that one right there is... I mean, that's kind of crazy. The compatible. The clones of the 15 survivors in the colony are the compatible ones. Terraform. The process of modifying a planet's environment into a habitable state for humanity. Once a planet with similar qualities to Earth is found, its atmospheric component and air temperature are adjusted. Doing so requires an extraordinary amount of time, effort, and technology. The planet that the boys and girls are on isn't Earth, but rather one that D-Force is developed through the terraforming process. Inside the probes are structural storage cells called memory cubes, which allow the probe to compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. If a probe can't be repaired, then it dies, as a biological organism would, and the others move on. The probes that departed Earth with the DNA data of the 15 individuals surveyed an extremely wide range, replicating themselves infinitely until they found a new planet that humanity could inhabit. The Demolisher Blade. First generation Sentinel armament with steel blade cutters spinning at high speed. It can cut through hard bedrock like soft cheese, but it can't cut through the Guardians, apparently. However, cutting through Kaiju armor produces friction over 1500 degrees Celsius, so it requires the usage of liquid metal coolant. Sentry Gun. Second generation Sentinel support equipment automatically targets Kaiju attacks him. It cannot move itself, but uses 4 legs to plant itself firmly in position when placed. This increases the stability to a point that can easily absorb the recoil from the triple railgun. Residential District Dome. 1.2 million people live in it. Artificial satellite in orbit. An artificial satellite that presides over terraforming, the second phase of interstellar development. It controls the heavy machinery for planetary development and adjusts air temperature. This is where Miyuka Inabe exists. During the 26-4 Sentinel infection incident, Inabe ends up shifting outside the world and over to the artificial satellite, where she comes across the 2188 data and learns the truth about the world. Sectors. In 2188, the satellite orbiting Earth had 5 colonies called sectors. Since the residential zones that Keitaro Miura created for Project Arc are structured similarly to the colonies, they were also called sectors. Miura, as well as other individuals involved with Project Arc, felt that humanity should start over from a time before the nanomachine incident. However, they couldn't come back to an agreement as to how far back they should go. So they ultimately settled on preparing residential districts by era, which is how the 5 sectors were born. Sector 1 is a facility that simulates years 2089 to 2109. It is already in ruins due to the Kaiju attacks and toxic levels of radiation. Sector 2 is a facility that simulates years 2049 to 2069, also in ruins. Sector 3 is a facility that simulates 2009 to 2029, also in ruins. It was used as a trial run for Operation Aegis. The self-defense system was successfully activated for one of the terminals here. Sector 4, a facility that simulates 1969 to 1989. Still a peaceful place where Kaiju have not yet invaded. Sector 5, 1929 to 1949, already in ruins. Yakisoba Pan. A processed food that combines sweet and salty yakisoba with a slightly sweet hot dog bun. Takatoshi Hijiyama's favorite thing to eat. Because he wants to let a yakisoba pan go to waste after Puck knocked it from his hands, he decided the proper etiquette is to enjoy it somewhat alone so that no one can interfere. Megumi Yakushiji blessed Hijiyama with the yakisoba pan when she happened to pass by as he was about to collapse from hunger. This is the moment yakisoba pan became Hijiyama's favorite food, as well as the reason he started calling Yakushiji the yakisoba pan angel. Hijiyama claims that it's the most delicious food that this era has to offer. I know it's pan, not pan, it's just hard for me to say it sometimes. Seaside Vacation. Sounds like the song Tomi Kisaragi used to sing in middle school, but arranged in more 80s style. Alright, so, wow, 95%, 79, and 84. Wave 6, wow, we just finished Wave 5 the other day, so we might not have been able to unlock, Gouto. Okay, Minami and Miura. Of course his brain is overload.
I need a moment.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to do another fight in order to get them back. So I could just... Yeah, I can just actually do a previous fight here. And have like one person maybe just totally dominate the fight. I just win this fight with Shinanami and Ogata. That'd be pretty cool if I could. I don't know if I can. Alright, we are back, and yeah, it was easy. I mean, Shinanami herself with her double sentries could have won that fight. But yeah, having Ogata sped things up quite a lot. So we need Minami and Miura. Minami and Miura. So it's 2 C3s. Bunch of hordes. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Let's get some C4s. And we'll take... We'll bring Shinami back out there. And Hijiyama. Sounds good to me. Wave 6. May 28th, 312.
Are they here? Not yet, right?
Don't push yourself so hard. I can hold the line here, Natsuno-san. Please fall back if you need to. Natsuno-san?
You know, Miura-kun, you kind of remind me of BJ.
I do?
Weird, right?
No.
It's not like the two of you are that similar, even.
If I had to guess, it's because he felt the same way. You can withdraw, Natsuno-san. I'll stay here, as a shield.
I'm not going anywhere. Number 17's gonna win this for us. It's BJ's own Sentinel, after all.
You're right. He and that Sentinel are one and the same. And I know I can count on him to protect you.
Daimo's signature's approaching. They're coming.
Well, nothing else for it. Please, cover me.
Alright, let's do this, my friends. Activate Aegis to destroy our Kaiju. Yeah, I know I said I don't have much time today, but here I am still playing because, you know, I love this game, and that's kind of what happened.
Remember your training.
Alright, let's get our interceptors in the air.
I won't back down.
I can help. As long as I can keep this thing clean 'em up.
I kind of don't like how,
Are they? Let's.
Gotta keep what's the situation.
like, I'm not really sure where to put the sentry guns because, I mean, the first wave isn't always a problem. But I don't want to put them anywhere else if I don't know where they're going to come from. So I'm actually going to just wait with her because, you know, Mura can easily clear an entire field by himself.
It's gonna be okay. Definitely.
Stay calm.
I need to think.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff coming my way. Yeah, that's a lot of things. Let's see, I want to put this probably out here.
Need help.
Okay, what's the plan?
Cry?
Clean 'em up.
Because there's a lot of enemies. Oh my god, look at this. They are all about to land at once.
What to do?
Oh my god. What the? Do we really need a super missile though? I mean, I don't see any really big units. I just see like a ton of small units. I mean, could just regular long range missiles like do a lot here? Oh wait, there's another flare that's about to land.
What's our plan?
Come on.
Enemy range.
I can't win.
Okay. Oh my god, it's insane. What's down here? Again, I don't want to really use my super large missile, but I mean, that's a lot of enemies. Seriously, that's a lot, and there's more coming. If I just wait one more second.
Gonna be okay. Gotta keep.
Where are they?
Right there. Damn, look at them all. One fell swoop.
I can pull my weight.
Ooh, that's probably for killing 150 enemies in one shot.
To this thing.
Alright, so I thought long range missiles would be effective. God. There's like an infinite amount of these guys.
Die. That do it? That ought to do it.
Man, we've got hope I can pull my weight. Better put on a show for Yuki-chan. Your turn.
I'll make it work.
Okay, I need flares.
Anti-air defense.
They've got you.
You're aiming here.
We've got it rough.
Enemy threat range.
Oh boy, this is interesting. This is really interesting.
I guess life won next.
I'm actually gonna launch the plasma here. Because there's so many flying units in the air.
I guess life comes at you fast. The practice round's over. Let's see what next.
Oh.
Anti-air defense.
Trying to circle my units with this, I think is a good idea. Oh, wait, look at them all.
I'll beat you. Hit. I beat him.
As long as I can keep this thing moving.
Should clear out these guys,
Nice.
hopefully.
Say your prayers.
I'll take them down quick. I need to think.
Stay calm.
Now I know how the enemies feel when I keep launching interceptors at them all the time. They must be feeling the same way. FlightlessBird, we're getting sick and tired of you just overwhelming us with just little tiny flyers.
Still not used to this thing.
There's a good position there to like broadside those guys.
You picked a fight with the wrong girl.
Trying to figure out the best place to use that. I figured that would work. Golly. This map is insane. Yeah, this map is insane.
The practice round's over. I'll make it work.
Okay, what's the plan?
Launch more. That's the plan.
Just watch.
What to do?
Alright. So all of them are weakened now. Yeah, they're all weakened. I just need a... Is that a, Oh, we got a little annoying shield guy there. Definitely want to take him out. I don't think we did, though. That's unfortunate. Where am I gonna put this? I'm just gonna put it, like, right at my feet. Because there is just so much swarming to me right now.
Stay calm. I can do this. Hold still. Bullseye.
Okay, we're doing well. I mean, we didn't panic. That's, like, the important thing is, don't panic. And like I said, I did a good job of coating our guys with shields, which really works out. I really want this thing dead. I think that hits the guy in the back. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Ooh, that was a good shot.
Not throwing away my
It's
shot.
well aimed.
They don't stand a chance. Did I get it? Enemy signal terminated.
How's this?
All right, yeah, I think we're good. We just got cleanup duty now.
Anti-air defense. What now?
I thought those guys way in the back though.
Here goes.
That was probably a waste. They probably would have died anyway. Should have got off the guy in the left.
I'll take them down quick. I need to think.
Still not used to this thing.
Defensive mode active.
I really would like someone to get out there and destroy those guys.
Okay, let's do this. Number 21.
Gotta do something.
There we go. Long range missiles. That's what I needed. No targets. Are they dead?
Let's go, Natsuno.
Yeah, they're dead.
Termination of enemy signals confirmed.
Excellent. That was absolutely insane, but I try not to panic. And we just took them all out.
Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete. Surrounding 2-kilometer area now fully secure.
Now we just gotta slam the Aegis down on the others, right?
Unfortunately, it's not so simple. If we activate Aegis on all the terminals, time as we know it will stop in this world.
We'll stop time? You gotta be shitting me.
Our link to universal control would be completely cut off. Everyone but us will disappear. They'll never come back. And that's not all. We'd be completely isolated. Trapped in a dead world. Just us and the ruined city. Until the day we die.
So this Aegis isn't gonna save our asses after all.
So that's Operation Aegis. Even then, I guess she thought it'd be better than being annihilated.
If Morimura believed the Sentinel Project was a lost cause, this must have seemed like our only option.
But we can fight. fight? That was a fun mission. I will admit, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we took some minor damage. Oh my god, Minami and Mira with their missiles. Aww, PJ did my best. That's adorable. Keitara is now level 30. Ridiculous. I mean, we got guys who are level 21, and he's a level 30. Okay, so the percentages weren't the best. C damage at 7.3, but still pretty good. Yes, I do care about these little things. And 47 points. But unfortunately, we can't continue next wave because, yeah, I need to stop for now. I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic day. Until the next time we see you on a blind Let's Play of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim for the PS5. Until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.